Hey guys, thanks for checking out. Yeah, we're here. This is just a podcast for podcast fans. You like podcasts? Well, this is one. This is one of those shows, and you can check it out. And you might like it, you might not. It's really up to you. But at the same time, it's always good to just try new things. Trying new things, it's important because it helps it helps develop your character, make you a better human. It's just all these things. You can't really go wrong with trying new things. And this is certainly one of those new things that you can try. And what I mean by that is this is a new podcast. We've only got a couple episodes together, and I say we as if it's more than just me, and it is. But unfortunately, none of these episodes have consisted of more than just me. But hey, in time, we will have two hosts on this thing. We will be humorous to our standards, I guess I'll say, because maybe not yours. Probably not yours, but hey, we don't need you. Nonetheless, you know what? Let's do this. Let's hit this theme music that you guys love, and I know you love it because I love it. So we're like-minded. I can already tell.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Shoes.
Alright, yes, we're here again. We're here in the studio. We're here in the bathroom. Whatever you want to call it. Doesn't matter to me. Because it is both of those things for myself. So maybe to you it is different. Maybe your bathroom is just your bathroom. But my bathroom is the studio as well. And you know what? It's not a game. Alright, first and foremost, that's what I want to start with. The topic of discussion today, first topic I should say, is this is not a game, folks. Okay? This is not a game. This is not a game. I'm not playing over here. We're in here to crack some jokes and quips and funniness and just random entertainment, humor, whatever. And it's to our standard, not yours, like I said. Okay? So if I enjoy what I'm doing, you can't tell me that it's not good. It's just your opinion, baby boy. And that's a big shout out to Louis J. Gomez for the Baby Boy segment. I want to thank him and all the things that they do over there at Legion of Skanks, Realize Podcasts, the Gas Digital Network. And maybe, just maybe, fingers crossed, one day we could be on something like that or have something of our own, much like that. Because I do feel, out of all these shows, out of all the podcasts that I happen to host or happen to be on or whatever, or have done in the past, this one here, there's something special. Even if it is just me right now. I'm feeling really good about it. I'm feeling real confident, Is that French? I don't know. Is that French? Confident. I'm feeling confident about it. That's not even, I don't even know who that is. What is that? Never even heard a guy like that before, ever. No, I must have. If I came up with the voice. If I, right? Like mimic the voice. I don't know. What I'm getting at here is this is not a game, folks. And we're here to go in. We're going in. We're giving you no holds barred entertainment. And I'm proud of myself. Very happy with this. Alright? Judge if you must. But hey, we got 10 views on YouTube. So, I mean, are you really going to shut us down? Never. That's strength in numbers right there. The numbers speak for themselves. But I do, we have a lot of, let's just say this. The future of this show is much better than the present. Okay? So accept that. Accept that you're going to be looking forward to something much better than what you've already gotten. Okay? That's my favorite thing. My favorite thing is just knowing that the future is going to be that much stronger. It's just going to be that much better. And why, you ask? Well, basic science. Science tells us that hard work and consistency will give you results. I don't know, is that science? Is that math? I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just something my father told me once. I don't know. He was a heroin addict. Of course, that's not true. It would be, I know there is papas out there that are addicted to the H. but not my dad. Also, never really knew my dad. So, we're not going to get emotional over here. We're not going to get emotional. God, I'll be back. No. Is that good acting? I don't know. Has anybody got a job acting from a podcast? Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Have you ever gotten a position of power from podcasting? Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm no scientist, as I've priorly mentioned, folks. Okay? But I am constantly doing experiments here on the show, such as making sure that this is good weed. And I am one of those people that can tell you, it's good weed. It's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. I will say there was this experience that I had a few weeks ago where I had some weed that I was like, hey, I'm sleepy. I need to take a nap now. Because, yeah, it was an indica. Not a fan of the indica. I'm not impartial to it. I'll have it if that's the options, but you can't always have that if you're going to be productive and do things such as podcasting or creating content. Now, my only thing is I've been trying to add another element to this show where not only do we have videos, but we have live videos. We stream somewhere. My only issue is I'm having trouble being able to do it with two screens, where it's my screen and somebody else long distance. So if anybody knows how to fix this, contact the show on Twitter at, the handle is It's The Shoes Pod. I usually put the handle link in the episode description. Just copy and paste it, whatever you do, or type it into Twitter. You'll find us, and let me know if you know the easiest way to stream with dual screens, long distance, and stream live. That's the whole thing, because of course it's not that difficult to record with two screens long distance, but it is difficult to record and go live. And that's what I want to do. Or maybe I'll just do like a premiere option or something where we can be in the chats while you guys watch the premiere. I don't know. But I definitely have high hopes for the show. Now, the reason that is because it's easy to go to a show, go to a podcast and listen to it because the title tells you everything about what it is. Right? I mean, it's not hard to look at a show and be like, oh, that's true crime. Or, oh, that's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Right? But with a show like this where it's called It's the Shoes, or Is It the Shoes, you gotta wonder, what the fuck is this show about? And then you also make the connection with NBA Jam, which is my initial inspiration. And it's simple because it kind of tells you my age, or our age, as well as just our interest in things. It says a lot about us. Is It the Shoes was a very common term within the video game, arcade game, NBA Jam. And a lot of us still love that game. So for anybody to see this Twitter account or podcast, they're going to be like, oh shit, this has got to be something interesting. These guys have to be on my same wavelength. And I do hope that that's the case. I don't know for sure, but we're doing our best. I'm doing my best, and we're not going to go away. But I will say, today is one of those days where I'm just bored, man. Just bored. Don't really know what I wanted to record. Don't know what I wanted to talk about. I have a lot of stuff in front of me that I'm going to use to create this episode. But I am kind of just free-forming it. Just going in, hit record, and say, hey, guys, here's the episode. Like it or not, here it is. This is what it is for right now. You're going to have to suck it up. You know, that was one of the... When you think about that saying, suck it up, that is a... It was a common term in my household. I just suck it up. And that's kind of really my motto of my life today. Where it's just like, hey man, all you're doing by complaining is wasting time. When instead of complaining about the thing that you gotta do, just do it, and it's over that much faster. Because I worked in a lot of restaurants, and what I learned is if you want downtime in your job, you want to be able to just hang out and get paid for it, what's the easiest way? Get rid of the customers. So service them. Give them what they order and move on. Because there is those downtimes. Every restaurant has that, where nobody's ordering. There's no reason to be in the kitchen cooking, basically. And, hey, you can just talk shit back there. Rather than get upset because now we have a bunch of customers. Hey, man, that's what we do. And you complaining about it isn't going to help them disappear any faster. You being mad that we have people isn't worth the time. You're wasting time being upset about it instead of just servicing them, and then there's nobody else for anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour, and you're getting paid to just stand back there, wipe the table down, and talk shit. That's pretty glorious. That's why nobody can really shit on restaurant work, because if you look at environments in restaurants, it's very, very dynamic. You're going to be working with people anywhere from 40 to 50 years old, from 16 to probably 50. That's crazy. That's crazy, because those are generational gaps between people in there. And you know what that creates? Comedy. Because this person's going to make a reference that that person has never heard of before. They're going to say and also the advice is kind of nice. You get to hang out with somebody who has been through life a little bit and kind of found themselves on rewind or something. I don't know, because maybe that was their thing, or maybe that's just what they enjoy. You can't shit on people for working at restaurants anymore. It's not a thing. I mean, when I was growing up, it was like, dude, you work at Burger King? Your dad works at Burger King? That's weird. Was he an alcoholic? Yes, he was, but no, my point here is, if you want to have that free time, get what you have to get done sooner. I mean, that should be obvious, but not to everybody. Not everybody gets that. And that's why we're here doing this episode anyways, because in my head I'm thinking, you know what? I can sit here and bitch about it, be upset that I don't have anything that I really want to talk about on the episode, or I can just go do it and create it in time and satisfy myself as well as you guys. Because here's the thing. I'm one of those people that likes to record almost every day. I kind of have to, because this is what I do. There is nothing else. I do this. I do stand-up comedy sometimes, but this is what I do. This is what I do to actually get paid. And I know that seems crazy. I know it seems crazy, but it's not as crazy as you can think. I mean, 10 years ago, it would sound absolutely nuts. But these days, you can make a living as a content creator. You can make a living as a podcaster. That's why you have so many podcasters claiming to be millionaires. It's like, dude, don't you just talk into a microphone, like, sort of? It doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like it takes much skill. And yet I can go and talk to people that are in my family or my friend circle, and they're like, what the fuck is a podcast? Oh, how do I get that? How do I get your podcast? iTunes? What do you want? I shouldn't be explaining this to you. But it feels like the people that don't know about podcasts are the same people that still watch the news. Those are the people that are still like, when's the new episode of Big Bang Theory? Right? That's what I hear. If you're not into podcasts, I don't know if we can be friends. And there's so many. There's so many options. You can listen to me, and I'm just a dude, or you can go listen to Conan O'Brien. You can go listen to Dolly Parton. That's got to be an annoying voice on a podcast. And here's the sad thing about that. Dolly Parton has a podcast. Congratulations, but it's like, hey man, haven't you already made it? Don't you already have your money and your followers? What you doing? It's like as soon as the little guys, the independent guys such as myself or anybody else that doesn't have a massive production company behind what they do or network or whatever, and they're just regular, not famous people, we're competing with these celebrities who already have a following. As soon as the regular average Joe guy finds something that can work out for them just as well as a celebrity, celebrities tend to glom onto it. They jump into it as if they know better than everybody else, and that can't be the case. The only reason some of these podcasts even get successful, such as Conan O'Brien, is because you have the ability to have interviews with some amazingly famous people. We don't. There's no way in hell, I don't believe it for a second, that I could go and contact somebody like even a low-level celebrity and have them come on my show. It just seems so. If they do, you got to be lucky as shit. Because why would they? If it's not going to do anything but benefit you and they get nothing out of it, why would they come? Because that's the famous mentality. That's how people that are up in the upper echelon, the elites or the already entertaining people that have a huge following, that's how they look at it. You're not benefiting me at all. Right? You're not helping them at all. You're a low-level podcast that gets maybe 10, 20 downloads per show, per episode, and they're supposed to come on your show? For what, though? What are they going to get out of it? But if you think about it, I would be doing every single podcast that asked me if I was a famous person, because you're just going to broaden your fan base even more. But they don't think in those terms. They're selfish, and it's fine. I think a lot of us would be that way. What are you bringing to the table? Because I'm bringing a lot. You're going to get a huge bump in numbers. And believe me, it would be great. I'm not against it. I'm not against having... And who knows? Maybe we do get to that point, because I'm only 2 years into this podcasting thing. Not just this podcast, but podcasting in general. I've only done it for 2 years. And it's ever expanding. It's still growing. I'm still growing, still learning, still trying to get better at what I do. Not even just the content, but the quality and consistency. Because every time that I have that feeling of like, oh, I just don't really want to do an episode, I think about you guys. I think about the possible people that I could touch. No, that sounds weird. The possible people that I could reach from my show. Or the people that listen to my show that need it. They want it. It's a recess for adults. It's a recess from your daily stresses. It's a vacation in a sense. You get to listen to me talk about random things in a random fashion. And it's fine. It's fine. It's good for what it is, I think. I like to listen to myself. I mean, not forever. I listen to myself every day. But not all the time, right? You get inspiration from a lot of places. It might not even be your own head. But at the same time, those of us that do this podcasting thing and we're independent, we have to acknowledge the fact that at any point your show could really blow up. You could get huge from your podcast. Your podcast could grow immensely. And that's the only thing that I look forward to is just, hey, keep working, man. Keep doing it. Don't stop. Because stopping isn't going to help anybody. It's not going to benefit anybody, because the people that really want to listen to your show will come all the time no matter what. And hopefully those people are going to help you out by letting other people know, because that's really what matters. Word of mouth. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell your grandparents, your pets, whoever listens to a podcast in your household. Tell them about Is It the Shoes? We're a fun show. We're in and out. Very quick and easy. And depending on the demand of the show, guys, we're willing to just really bust down. That sounds even worse than what I said earlier. We're willing to really dive into this and invest everything in this show. You know, I've been buying books online for knowledge, so I have subjects to talk about on the show. That's how weird I am. But with that being said, let's hit you with just a random joke here in the middle of the show. This is a legit joke. It's from a book. I'm not going to tell you what book, because who gives a shit, but it is a cheesy joke. So let me know how you feel about it. Ready? I'm just picking it out. I have not read it yet, so let's see how we feel about it. Did you hear about the English teacher who went to jail? She got a full sentence. Oh! Classic. I mean, that's really good. That's really good jokes. You can't be mad at it. I mean, yes, that's awful. Stupid as shit. I hate it all, and I think I want to throw this book away. I'm mad that I spent money on it. I'm mad that I spent money on it. Why is that funnier? That's funnier than the joke. I'm sorry. All right, and then this is just some an interesting fact. So I hit you with a joke. Now I'm going to hit you with a fact, okay? And it's a fact. 100% a fact. So fact number 371. Alaska and Hawaii became the 49th and 50th states of America in 1959. Now that's crazy. It's crazy because I've gotten into many arguments with people, just your average people. And I know that there's a lot of people more than myself out there that believe the same thing. And what we believe is that there is more than 50 states in the U.S. And, it's not real. It's not real. It's most definitely only 50, I believe. I'm still kind of, I'm arguing with myself in my head right now. Like, is it 52? Is it 51? Or is it still just 50? I don't know. Because no one's keeping us up on this, I don't have an in with the science community. I certainly speak like I do. And that's a given. That's what happens when you're a really smart person. But, I don't know any scientists to be able to tell me, hey, there's 51 and a half states. So there you go. But in 1959, we hit 50. Officially 50. And that's just a good, clean number. That's a good, clean number. It'd be weirder to say that we have 51 states. 52 states. If you include Puerto Rico. What? But those are just territories. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. But to close this out, I'm going to introduce you to this little segment we're going to be doing. And I don't know what to call it yet, but it's just going to consist of these people throughout history that have either done really stupid things. Well, they definitely have all done stupid things. And some of them got publicity for the dumb things. And I'm just going to introduce this. It's going to be a much longer thing as we go. And you know what? History has shown that many of these people are out of their minds. And we're going to talk about them real fast. Not in so much detail, but this fella Thomas Seymour, he was the first jackass of history, as we'll call him. By all accounts, Seymour was courageous and good-looking. And that's so crazy. I think it's funny when people talk about historical figures and they say, like, oh, he was charismatic and adorable. What do you mean? I've only ever seen paintings of this fella. And most of the paintings look the same. Historical paintings, portraits of people, all the dudes look the same. Like, you're going to mistake H.H. Holmes for one of the, guys. I don't know. Fuck it. What am I even saying? This Thomas Seymour had managed himself better. He could have been one of the most powerful men in England. Instead, he was executed for treason. So, there you have it. Let's see. So yeah, basically what happens is this guy is not a good guy. Not a good guy by all accounts. They realized he was a jackass because he did try to take over the kingdom, I guess you call it, by kidnapping the king. He molested the princess, and, he thought that he was going to be a ruler, not a meter stick. Boom. Thank you. I'm here all week. He thought he would be a ruler by taking the king hostage. Instead, he ends up executed. So you got to be careful with your decisions in life. You got to be careful. But for the nice callback as we close out this episode, be careful with your choices in life, but do not be afraid to try new things, like we said at the top of the show, folks. And this is a new thing, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes? Is it the shoes?